Hey guys, it's Jasmine, and obviously I just came straight into this video from the last one I posted, which if you happen to miss that one, that video was sharing all of the things that I thought I would miss when buzzing all of my hair off. And by the way, if you're new here, welcome. I put out a video maybe a month or so ago buzzing all of my hair off, but more of a resource because I actually showed you what each length of the clippers look like from 6 down to 2. I also put out a video sharing the 10 reasons why I chose to buzz off all of my hair, in addition to last week's video that I talked about. And then there's today's, which is the interesting things that I've noticed that I would have never known about if I hadn't have done this. And unless I move forward and show you guys my attempt of going a platinum blonde color with my little buzz cut, this will probably be the last video dedicated to talking about my hair. And if you'd like to support this channel and Puppy and Alfred and Betty and Ronan and myself in a way that also gets you fun perks and just to get more personal updates from me throughout the week, then check out our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/catladyfitness, which I affectionately call our Patreon. Okay, so let's get right into it. Some things that are funny or interesting that I've noticed since buzzing off my hair. Even now, and this is like the one thing that's really, it's almost ingrained in my body mechanics or something, but I still put on shirts and take them off. It's getting better, but I still put on shirts or like sports bras or whatever and take them off like I have hair on my head. And especially like I have a big messy bun on top of my head. So there's a lot of space happening when I'm taking shirts off or putting them on. And it's so funny because I catch myself and notice when it's already happening and in motion. So it's like too late to correct myself. But it just makes me laugh every time because I wonder if that will ever go away because I've just been doing that motion for so long. Another interesting thing I wasn't expecting is that headbands actually stay on better. Maybe it's just the friction of the hair and how some of it's going this way and it almost like sticks it so that a headband can stay on and it doesn't slide back. So that's pretty neat, especially if I wear one with the purpose of being more of a sweatband as opposed to keeping hair back. Another neat pro that I've discovered is I can put my sunglasses actually on my head. One of my favorite pairs of sunglasses has those adjustable nose pieces that I could not kind of put on my head when I would take them off before because my hair would get stuck in those pieces and it would just pull my hair every time I would go to take the sunglasses off my head. So I would always end up just like putting them in my shirt or something. But now that I have this buzz cut, I could just put my sunglasses on my head and put them right down and it's super easy and there's no hair for them to get stuck on. Now, the next thing that I've noticed is very interesting, and that is that my hair and my head, I should say, still gets really hot in the sun. I guess that's not surprising, especially when it's like 90 something degrees outside. But, and I guess this is a pro in a way, but it also doesn't get my whole body as hot as it would have when I had all of my hair. So basically when I had all that insulation and all of that hair, and especially because it was like big, thick black hair, it would make my face feel like it was going to start sweating more quickly and my body as well. I feel like it would just heat up my whole body more efficiently. Now, even though my head still gets really, really hot out in the sun, I also find that my body doesn't respond in that kind of insulated way to get all sweaty. It's more just kind of like a surface heat on the top of my head, which is amazing because that was one of the reasons why I did this in the first place. It's just because my hair made things so hot. The next thing I would have never known if I hadn't buzzed my hair off was something that I actually mentioned in the last video, so I'm not going to really get super into it, but it's how people who you don't know very well, so people who aren't very close to you, but maybe who are acquaintances that you see out and about every so often, there's a hesitancy that I believe is, one, because some people just, it wouldn't even cross their mind that, you know, especially a female, I guess, would do this by choice. Two, that they maybe associate it with some kind of illness involved or something like that. So that's just something I've sensed from people, like I mentioned in the last video. The next thing I would have never known, even though I feel like I've done it or had to have done it for maybe like a partner in the past or something, but that is you have to shave your neck regularly, maybe a couple of times a week or something like that, if you want it to look nice and clean without stubble around that area. I haven't really adhered to that. Ideally, I think, especially because my hair is so coarse and black and thick, I could, if I wanted to, shave it every other day, if not every day. But that's something I would have never considered or thought about. And honestly, it's not a huge deal whatsoever. And it's way better than having to deal with styling everything that would have been on top of my head, only to potentially not even have a good hair day. The next thing I would say, it's so random, but I would say that this is the only con that I have experienced since buzzing off my hair. Yeah, it's so strange. It really might be the only con. And that is my sleep mask does not stay on, and it's really, really annoying. I think it's because the hair is just going downwards in the back anyway, and so it'll just slip down in the back and just slip down my whole face or fall off, and it's so annoying. I think something about how I wore my hair to bed maybe like held it and blocked it, but I noticed since I have a buzzed head, it just does not stay on. And now, thinking about it, we're discovering this together, is I sleep with silk or satin pillowcases because, as many of you with hair, and especially curly, wavy, kinky hair know, that is a prime thing you should do if you have that type of hair and you don't want it to get all frizzy and messed up when you're sleeping. But I'm still sleeping with those pillowcases, and I think that does not help the cause with the sleep mask kind of just like slipping off in any which way. That's not that big of a con, really. I mean, if you don't even sleep with a sleep mask in the first place, then you wouldn't even have that issue. But it's just something I noticed that I figured was worth mentioning. And I feel like I'm forgetting to mention some things. I might just, instead of making a whole nother video in the future, because honestly, unless, like I said, I do some platinum action, which is up in the air, not definite, but unless I do that video, probably won't put out another video talking about this. So if I think of anything else, I might just add it to the pinned comment on this video. But yeah, have you shaved your head? Have you noticed any of the stuff I've mentioned? Or maybe there's something I missed that you noticed and thought was really interesting when you buzzed your hair off, especially as a female. Like I just thought of another one, not so much anymore, but when I first did it for the first 3 or 4 days, I had to get used to like the itchiness around my neck. I think it was just from getting used to the little hairs growing, but there was a weird itchiness around my neck I had to get used to. Yeah, there's just lots of little things like that. But share with me your experience in the comments below. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it interesting or maybe helpful in some aspect. Remember to subscribe if you would like to join the Cat Lady Fitness family, because I would love to have you. All that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.